There's just something about a Range Rover. Even just the name, Range Rover, carries with it a certain level of respect. That is why when I got the Velar, I decided to take it on a road trip to a beautiful house. And as always, I'll give you a quick tour of the house, and in between, I'll tell you everything you need to know about the Velar. We'll talk about its features, its practicality, its cost of ownership. So, without wasting any of your time, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mr. How Much 90,000 special. Allow us to get started. But just before we do, I promise to introduce our new channel partner to you. And yes, the Velar has massage seats. I'm turning them on for our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Hippo. Wah wah. That's the sound Hippo makes on all the TV adverts. So yes, Hippo wah wah. He's saying hi. Hippo is officially our new channel sponsor, and I'll tell you more about them a little bit later. First, let's talk about the Velar. When me and PA saw this car, we immediately agreed that we were taking it on a road trip to celebrate 90,000 subscribers. Thank you for supporting the channel. So that's exactly what we did. For those of you who don't know, all these nice places like Dahlstrom and this new place, they are all found by PA. Yo, I love Dahlstrom. I'm thinking of going back. But this time we're not going to Dahlstrom, we're going somewhere different. As you can tell by the big sun, we were heading towards Limpopo to a town called Mokopong. Shout out to all the locals in Mokopong. I see you. So, while we're on the road, let me quickly tell you about some of the features that this car has. You have adaptive cruise control with lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, a rear collision monitor, and for your safety, you get 6 airbags. And yes, that is a beautiful panoramic sunroof. This is honestly one of the most comfortable road trips I've had so far. This car rides very, very well. It's the kind of car you could easily drive from Joburg to Cape Town without breaking a sweat. After a few hours of driving, we finally arrived at Euphoria Golf and Lifestyle Estate, where we were met with this. I was thinking, yes, finally, some action. That wasn't really much of a challenge for this Range Rover. It actually has all-wheel drive, it has off-road and 4x4 modes, but who will take a 2 million rand car and put it in mud? Who? I'm not doing it. I'm taking this car and I'm bringing it to a beautiful golf estate. That's what I'm doing. But if ever I need to drive through some water, I know the Range Rover has got me. So we finally arrived, and this is the house we've been driving to all along. We arrived a bit late. I was happy to see a garage, but since I can't show you the outside right now, let's start with a tour of the inside. As you walk in, you're greeted by this massive table for you to sit with your friends and enjoy some braai meat. In the kitchen, there's a stove, there's a kettle, there's a toaster, there's a microwave, there's a fridge, you have pots, you have dishes, everything you need is there. This is the beautiful lounge area. The TV is off because EPL is done. Man City already won. Shout out to Klopp, Arsenal. You're so close, but well done, Man City. Well done. There are a total of 3 bedrooms in this house. 2 upstairs and 1 downstairs. This is the first room you'll find upstairs, and this is the second one. And yeah, you know Limpopo is hot when you walk into your room and you find the aircon and a fan in the same room. And something about 2 showers in 1 shower really impressed me. This is really proper stuff. As for the bedroom downstairs, it's similar to the one you get upstairs. Hey guys, I've always wanted to try this in a nice house, so hey, this is me pretending to be in an advent. Oh wait, nah. Anyway, after checking out the house, we remembered we left the car outside, so this is the part where we put it into the garage. One thing I always look forward to in any of these trips is parking the car in the garage, and especially this one because this car is a hybrid. And if there's one thing I've always wanted to do, is charge a hybrid or an electric car overnight. But unfortunately, this garage didn't have plugs in the garage. The plugs were slightly outside, so the cable couldn't quite reach the car. So yeah, that didn't happen. I'm joking. I reversed, I came back, reparked, and we got it right. Now that the car was charging, I was ready to finally go in and relax. For those wondering, you just connect it to a normal plug and it will charge. But because this is normal AC charging, it takes a while. You'll need about 9 hours and 38 minutes to fully charge your car, but if you'd like to charge quicker, you can use the DC fast chargers that you find at malls and some dealerships. Those kind of chargers need 1 hour and 7 minutes to top up your battery. Anyway, after connecting the Velar, I was free to go outside and start a fire so I could braai. I really love braaiing, so braaiing for the team is one of my favorite things to do. And I can braai, guys, I can. The next morning we got up early to finish up the rest of the filming, and while we're here, now that the car is fully charged, we have 58 kilometers of electric range. And now that the sun is up, this is the house we're staying at. It is beautiful. Guys, let's work hard, let's push. Let's live in beautiful houses with garages, guys, especially the garage part. That's my main thing. If you forget everything I've said in this review, remember this: a house must have a garage. In fact, if you don't know what to comment today, just write in the comments, a house must have a garage. And the only thing better than a house with a garage is a Range Rover driving out of it. And speaking of driving, you can get the Velar with a petrol engine, a diesel engine, or like this one, a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo petrol hybrid. It is powerful. It produces 297 kilowatts and 640 newton meters of torque. It will do 0 to 100 in 5.4 seconds. The claimed fuel consumption is 2.2 liters to the 100, but while I was driving it in hybrid mode, I averaged around 2.7 liters to the 100. But because we're traveling a long distance, along the way the electric range ran out, so we're mostly using the engine. And with that, over 216 kilometers, we averaged 7.4 liters to the 100. Alternatively, if you live close to work, you can actually drive this car with electric power only. You have about 58 kilometers of range, so you can drive to work, drive back home, charge, and repeat. With that said, let's move on to the interior, where you'll see that Range Rover really went for a minimalistic design. There are hardly any buttons. Everything is in the infotainment system: your driving modes, your off-roading modes, your air conditioning, your heated and ventilated seats. Everything is in the infotainment system. You do get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also have wireless charging. And yes, I admit, this is a clean look, but we needed 1 or 2 knobs, especially for air conditioning, just to make it easier for the driver to change the temperature in the cabin while driving. This is your multifunction steering wheel, and just behind it you'll notice there's a digital instrument display. Oh, by the way, I'm impressed by the quality of these pedal shifts. Overall, the interior of the Velar is a beautiful place to be in. The seats are nice and comfortable, they're heated, ventilated, and they massage you, so I can't really complain. Straight to level 5. Those sitting in the back seat will be strong. There are no massages there, but you have proper knee room. It's a bit tight by your feet. You get rear air vents, and I wish they'll take those 2 knobs and send them to the front seat to help the driver. You have a center armrest, and if you're looking for your USB ports, they decided to put them here. I don't know why. Anyway, in terms of your headroom, there is more than enough. You should be fairly comfortable. Before we get to pricing, I would just like to say, if you still haven't liked this video, please like. If you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Support local YouTube, guys. It's the right thing to do. We are still on the road to 100,000 subs by July, so please share this channel with your friends on WhatsApp. Let them know there's a Mr. How Much on YouTube. And if you're wondering where I was driving to, I just felt like driving out of the house and then driving in again, just so I could appreciate its beauty all over again. Proper stuff. And then after that, we decided to leave again to take a look at the estate. As you can see, this car only has a reversing camera. They didn't fit it with the 360-degree view camera. If you're a person who loves nature, who loves wild animals, this is the perfect place for you. There are springboks everywhere. They're just running around. They are the smaller springboks. They are the bigger springboks. In fact, they'll even come and graze right in front of your house. Your people are brave. Would you want to live in a place like this? Every day you walk out and yeah, those guys are there waiting for you. Please let me know in the comments. Personally, I love visiting places like this. It's very nice, but to live here, I don't know. Imagine you just want to go and take a walk and go by Espahlonyana and you meet these guys just outside your yard eating your grass. Not only that, they look at you. I don't know, guys, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of wildlife here. We even saw Timon and Pumbaa. Quite a lot of Pumbas actually. They were just always running somewhere. They even have ostriches. Now, I've never been this close to an ostrich. This was my first time. An ostrich is a big bird. Ha! Look at that thigh. Look at that thigh. I don't want to get anywhere near an ostrich. I don't. They have beautiful feathers though. There was one that just stood by the road. I was like, no, let's just wait. Let us respect this ostrich. When it's done, then we'll drive by because I'm not messing with an ostrich.
2 hours later.
The base price of this Range Rover Velar is 2,202,700 Rand. On finance, over 6 years at 12% interest, you'll pay 43,063 Rand. A full tank of petrol will cost you 1,733 Rand. To calculate our estimated insurance premium, I used Hippo. How it works is you put in your details and then Hippo will get back to you with 11 different insurance codes. And then you can simply choose the one you like or the one that's most affordable for you. Using my profile, I got around 6,000 Rand with an excess I was happy with. So that's the amount we're going to use. And that brings our total cost of ownership to 50,796 Rand. The Velar comes with a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer maintenance plan and a 5-year, 100,000 kilometer warranty. The hybrid battery also has its own 8-year warranty. But before you go, there are a couple of things I didn't mention. The first one being, this specific Velar that I had was not fitted with air suspension. It had the normal coil suspension and to be honest, I like it. It was comfortable, it handles well, it drives well, and you don't have to stress about long-term maintenance. Number 2, for those of you who like driving at night, the Velar has matrix lights. So they do this cool dance when you turn them on, and that dance is a mini illustration of what these lights can actually do. They're able to adjust their beam so that they can light the road without dazzling other drivers. Effort was put into the lights on the Velar. I mean, even the indicators are sweeping indicators. And the rear lights do this. With that said, given that this car is 2 million Rand, Range Rover, please add ambient lighting. Please. Number 3, you have a Meridian sound system. It could be better, but I'm still happy with it. Number 4, the boot space. You get an electric tailgate. It is a Range Rover after all. Those are your cables. They take up a bit of space. There is no spare wheel underneath. All you get is a tire repair kit. But despite the hybrid battery taking up some of the boot space, the boot space is still very usable and it was able to take all of our bags, including my charcoal. Range Rover, wait for it, Velar. I've always wanted to say that. And the 5th thing I haven't mentioned yet is the name of this car. So I've decided to name it Unarine. I'll explain why in the end credit scenes, but from me to you, I just want to say thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you to everyone who's a member of this channel. Thank you to everyone who likes, who comments, who has subscribed, who shares this channel. I really appreciate you and I hope you enjoyed the 90,000 subscribers special. And with all that said, until the next one, take care. So just before we left, I met a group of young locals. They saw me from across the parking and they were shouting, "Mr. How much?" And they came running to say hi. They told me they're big fans of the channel, they've seen every episode and they're really excited to meet me. So one of them told me I inspired him to start his own YouTube channel where he does car reviews. So I told him, I'll feature you in this video and I'll name this Range Rover after you. And that is why I named it Unarine.